Greetings and salutations. My name is Michael Schwahn, and today we are checking out Cyberpunk 2077 and Phantom Liberty. And the reason that I phrased it that way is because we weren't doing these styles of videos over 2 years ago when Cyberpunk 2077 came out. And when Phantom Liberty's coming out, I was like, I kind of really want to see the full marketing gamut for Cyberpunk 2077. So that's what we're doing. So this is meant to be part of like Phantom Liberty's launch, but we're also going to be checking out some of the trailers for the original base game, Cyberpunk 2077, as well. Now, that said, on the YouTube channel, I'm not joking. There is hours upon hours of marketing material for this game. Like, good God, I did not grab everything. I didn't even grab everything that had the word trailer in it. I grabbed a select handful, and I still got like 8 freaking videos up there at the top. So this is going to be a select group. If I missed something, I either overlooked it or I intentionally left it out. But this is for us to take a good look at Cyberpunk as a whole. Now, obviously, when we're looking at some of the old stuff, that's not going to be fully accurate anymore when it comes to gameplay, because with Phantom Liberty drops a 2.0 update that is completely overhauling a ton of things in the base game for Cyberpunk 2077, which is really cool, but just be aware of that, like, it's really going to be some significant differences and changes as we progress through these trailers. Now, myself personally, I have not played Cyberpunk 2077 because when we were nearing release, I was one of the very, very many people that was hyped as shit about this game. We're going to watch the initial cinematic teaser trailer. Is going to be the first thing that we watch, and like ever since that trailer, like I listened to the song from this trailer over and over and over again, and I was super stoked. And then finally the game was approaching, right? And as we got closer and closer to release, my eyes got a little bit squintier and squintier, and I started to lean a little bit farther away as I raised some eyebrows in question. And then the game released, and you all probably already know the drama surrounding Cyberpunk 2077's release. And I didn't buy it day one, and I told myself, I was like, okay, I'm glad I didn't buy it day one. I am now going to wait to play it until things get fixed. And I know that a lot of the stuff that was really bad at launch got fixed by around patch 1.5. And I was like, yeah, but there's DLC coming, and they said it's going to be some pretty substantial DLC, so I'm going to wait until this game is feature complete. I'm going to wait till this game is done. And we are nearing that point. And I'll talk a little bit more about that after we watch all these trailers, about like my intention of playing Cyberpunk 2077. But that I still haven't actually touched the game for those reasons, because I've kind of just waited, and like I was like, man, I don't want to be at the beginning, because man, it seems like that's the worst spot for a game like this. And instead I will get a very fresh, completely new experience. I've never even played a demo or anything of the game. I've barely even watched anyone play it. I know so little about it, and I'll have a completely raw experience for myself here shortly. But for now, let's take a look at the cavalcade of trailers that makes up Cyberpunk. Let's get started. I wonder if I'm gonna get hit by copyright for this. Oh well.
Come touch me like I'm an ordinary man. Have a look in my eyes. Underneath my skin there is a violence. It's got a gun in its hands. Ready to make sense of anyone, anything, anyone, anything, anyone, anything, anyone, anything, anyone, anything. Black holes living in the side of your face. Razor wire spinning around, you're 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 around. Bullets of the beauty of the blistering sky. Bullets of the beauty and I don't know why. Bullets of the beauty of the blistering sky. Bullets of the beauty and I don't know why. Personal responsibility. Personal responsibility.
Makes everyone in medic fix. Take a 34-year-old male.
14 people are dead, 4 others suffered serious injuries. Police have a suspect.
Personal responsibility. Personal responsibility.
When it's ready, wasn't ready. But so, anyone want to take a guess at how long ago that trailer was? So, for context, the game released in, when did the game actually release? Freaking like 20, it was the end of 2020, right? Like the very end, it was like November of 2020 or early 2021. I don't remember the exact release part. That trailer just now, that was from January of 2013. That trailer was over 10 years ago now. When the game released, that trailer was around 8 years old. Holy shit. That, like, it was how many years? It was 5 years between when they showed off that cinematic teaser trailer and when we got the E3 2018 trailer. 5 years, and there was just absolutely nothing. I watched this trailer so many freaking times because, one, it's a really cool trailer, beautiful cinematic shots and everything, right? And the song, great. I listened to that song so many times. God, it's called Bullets, by the way. I can't remember who actually music. Bullets, written by Darius Keeler and Polar Barrier. That's not the name of the band though, but the name of the song is Bullets. Anyway, yeah, it was super, super cool. And obviously the game that we got is nothing fucking like that. So let's move forward 5 years to June of 2018 for the E3 trailer, which was the next time that we finally saw the game again. So here's the next one.
In 2077, they voted my city the worst place to live in America. Main issues: sky-high rate of violence, and more people living below the poverty line than anywhere else.
V's got a cool-ass jacket, though.
Can't deny it, it's all true. But everybody still wants to live here. This city's always got a promise for you. Might be a lie, an illusion, but it's there, just around the corner, and it keeps you going. It's a city of dreams, and I'm a big dreamer.
Hi, Looter Droid. You know, it does make me wonder so much because, like, how much of a game existed at this point, right? Like, genuinely, at this point, how much of a game actually existed? Because, like, this teaser trailer, like, the tonal difference between this teaser trailer. Also, another thing, like, that I do know about the game is the really cool fucking blade arms, at least in the base game. I don't know what it's like now, because obviously everything's changing with 2.0. They were, like, a super ultra rare weapon that you had to go through, like, a specific line to get to. There was only, like, one of them in the game, and they weren't even very good. Which was, like, really frustrating, because when you're someone like me who saw this initial trailer, I was like, those fucking blade arms are fucking sick, and you just, like, can't get them. That might be different now, of course, but I definitely remember people being, like, really annoyed because there were people like me that were like, that looks sick, and then it just, like, wasn't a thing. I remember this teaser dropped, right? I know, that's what we were talking about a moment ago, Lunar. It was like, man. But I want to know how much, like, the creative vision between this initial teaser trailer and then the E3 trailer, it feels like so many things must have changed. And, you know, maybe they'd been working through a process, and there's probably interviews somewhere that talk about it, because CD Projekt Red has talked a lot about Cyberpunk 2077. And, like, while they got in a whole bunch of legal trouble for Cyberpunk 2077, like, at least they still are committed to, like, fixing it, because they could have just, like, literally taken their money and ran. So, but anyway, let's keep looking. Let's keep watching. This is the E3 2019 cinematic trailer. So we're not even to release yet. Whole TTRPG existed at this point. You gonna turn your jacket on?
V, my man, you made it. You blowing up all over the news. Are you alone?
I just want the money.
You got the chip? All right, start her up,
You know, I know this is a cinematic trailer, but I cannot wait. I cannot wait until video games. We're so close. We're so close. When video games, when their eyes and hair look the way they do in pre-rendered cinematic cutscenes, because that's the spots that we fail the hardest right now, is in the eyes and in the hair. And we can do it. We can prove that we can do it when it comes to pre-rendered stuff. But it's just like, I don't know if it's an engine limitation or a hardware limitation, but we're just not quite there yet most of the time in a lot of video games. We got a couple that are like really, really good. Most of like Sony's first party stuff is getting like really close. At least in the eye part. Hair still struggles. And I understand it's because our hair is made up of thousands and hundreds of thousands of individual strands, and that's why it's like not easy for it to do on like conventional engines and systems, but we're so fucking close.
We're gonna be with you in a minute. What? Oh, come on, man. Your neck, it's a mess.
While hotel security has yet to comment, we do know the suspect.
Turn your jacket on, Eve. You see how the inside of his thing is softly glowing? The back was also glowing in the last cutscene, and I was like, turn your jacket on. Like, light it up. Because it's all neon and shit.
Combat mode.
Go!
Destination confirmed.
Woo! That's what I'm talking about. All right, in and out, bitches. We're rich. Oh, we are going to the major leagues, Jackie. Jack? Oh, shit.
No. Okay. Get to a clinic now.
Mr. Wells' condition is critical.
Go!
Immediate medical
It's gonna
help
be
is
okay.
required.
Just hold on. Hey, just think about all the good shit we're gonna have, huh?
I'm sorry.
Damn, these cinematics are sick. Ow! Recalibrating. Oh.
Just take the fucking chip, Dex.
Every corporal cop in this city is gonna be blasting down these doors after what you and your psycho friend did. We didn't need all this cocksucking attention, damn it.
Oh, fucking hell! Well, that dude's fucking dead. Don't hack my arms, you bitch!
Wake the fuck up, samurai. We have a city to burn.
Fucking Keanu. Man, it was so easy to be hyped for this game. It was so easy. It was so easy. Okay, so now we're moving forward to the gig. I still want to know where this game was, but anyway, it probably never existed and it never will. But anyway, here's the next trailer. It's called The Gig. It's from January of 2020, so we're in the year of the release. At least I think it released in. I got the fucking Steam page, December 9th of 2020. So yeah, we made it to the year of release. All right. Anyway.
I love this town. The city of endless opportunity. Ready to get your cherry popped? Yeah, come on.
City like any other, just bigger.
Nah, mano, not just any other city. Legends are born here.
The major leagues. We're only here because
Hey, Speed Up. Good to see you.
Doubt that puts us in the same league as them.
You want a tight-fitting
They
onesie?
just don't know it yet. But if you got
What are you talking about, Eve? What?
You can do damn near anything.
Unless you catch a bullet.
Even then, you go out with a bang, right?
You know, you can make heaps more eddies as a motivational speaker.
Yo, Mr. V, a pleasure.
So what's the gig, Dex? You meant to come out in one piece? How about we go over the plan?
There's this prototype tech, biochip to be precise. Jobs to grab it.
Guessing it belongs to a corp.
Arasaka.
We're robbing some heavy hitters.
Oh.
High risk, high reward. First rule of the afterlife.
Ka-ting, baby.
Goes without saying, we do this on the hush. Ideally, no bodies, not a one.
Sounds simple enough.
Is it gonna be dangerous?
Don't you worry, mi amor. We're bulletproof. Your ass moving now!
What the fuck just happened in there?
Can't stop
Jesus
digging
fuck.
Night City.
Fucking major leagues. Happy now, Jackie?
Yep, that's fucking high! Time to bail!
Oh my god, we're so fucked.
Looks like it went fine, you know?
Dex, what the fuck?
Can't risk it, V.
And you, who are you?
Fuck.
So now we have the official trailer for Johnny Silverhand from November of 2019, which, when did they say? November 19th. So the game didn't release on November 19th, so they released a trailer on November 19th. I wonder if they finally added car chases and shootouts, since I remember that being scripted and only happened once or twice in the game. I'll talk a little bit about it when we get closer to the actual, like, 2.0 and DLC stuff.
Where'd you even come from? How are we even talking?
Gotta get out of here, understand? And I'll kill anyone who gets in my way.
You weren't training, V. Those were memories. You two are connected in a way I can't make head or tail of.
Who? Me and who, Vic?
Silverhand. Johnny Silverhand. Real talk of the town back in my day.
He died, like, forever ago.
You mean to say there's an actual terrorist in my head, right now?
He burned down half the city just to prove he was right. And burned the other half just for fun.
What do you want from me? Destroy Arasaka. I don't even know what that means.
Do whatever it takes to stop him, defeat him, gut him.
He already tried to take over your body. You know, just for a little while.
Hear me, asshole? A bullet to the fucking brain. Get out! Just get the fuck out!
Tell me how to get rid of it.
You don't have much time left.
Man, you know, I talked a whole lot. Well, I mentioned about how rare the freaking forearm blades were.
And you're a cunt. Maybe we'll fit together after all.
They show off those forearm blades so fucking much in these trailers for them being so hard to get. And maybe I just didn't, maybe don't have the right information about how difficult they were to actually like get your hands on in the game. But my understanding is that they were difficult to get. But they sure advertised them a lot. All right, so here's the official gameplay trailer, also on the original release date of November 19th.
They got a lock on us. Engine's been hit.
Get us out of here.
I'm losing control.
At CD Projekt Red, we dedicate ourselves to telling immersive stories. Yet with every new project, we set out to make our games bigger, more complex, deeply engaging.
Come on, V. Let's get you home.
Cyberpunk 2077 marries exploration
because they're cool as shit. I know.
Combat, story-changing player choices, and robust character development, all to bring you into our vision of the dark future.
You ever feel like a city doesn't give you a choice? You either burn alive in it, or you never existed at all.
The year is 2077. An economic crisis culminating in nuclear conflict has left America in pieces. With most of the continent degenerating into lawless war zones, people from all over have converged on the already overcrowded Night City, one of the world's last great megalopolises. A hub amassing the best in resources and know-how, and home to manufacturers of cutting-edge technologies, Night City continues to offer the promise of a civilized future.
What? No, this isn't happening.
Oh, but it is.
But in the city's streets, a merciless struggle for power rages. Gangs, corporate agents, hustlers, religious cultists, politicians, and all manner of criminals strive to outplay one another. Ordinary people get caught in the crossfire.
Looking for justice in Night City. I seek revenge. Much more feasible here.
In this world, consumed by never-ending conflict, sometimes only an outsider will get the job done.
Elizabeth tells me you have answers for us. I'm all ears.
And that's you, an urban mercenary, a cyber-enhanced gun for hire.
You seem to understand each other. Take this, too.
As a mercenary, you swear no allegiance. You've chosen the outlaw life and trust that your abilities will carry you up Night City's ruthless.
You can choose different starter
social
paths,
ladder.
right?
Heart of Night City. That's it right there.
To thrive as a merc, you need the right combination of gear, skills,
like there's
and
there's wholly different paths through the game.
I hope he wasn't overselling.
With the money you earn, you can turn yourself into a living weapon, buying guns and enhancements in the hundreds.
Well, that was cool.
As you roam the city's streets, you gain the
Don't look at
experience
any of
you
this.
need
None
to
of that
upgrade
exists
abilities
anymore.
And acquire perks. Combine the right skills and gear to create a gunslinger with inhuman reflexes.
Yeah, but not as in-depth as they originally showed off.
A stealthy netrunner with command of all surrounding tech. Or practically anyone in between.
Oh, that's a cool gun.
In Cyberpunk 2077, you steal a prototype biochip that can set you up for life.
Being filthy rich.
When its sealed container is ruptured, the only way to prevent the biochip from failing is to slot it into your head. It turns out it contains the digitized soul of Johnny Silverhand, a dead rocker boy with violence on his mind.
You mean to say there's an actual terrorist in my head right now?
He's out
fine.
for revenge.
It's a
Aims to
friend
bring
that you
down
keep
the
with you
megacorp
always.
that made the chip.
Do whatever it takes to stop him, defeat him, gut him.
What is in your head can shift the balance of power in Night City. The high and mighty will do anything to lay their hands on it.
Told you I'd end you someday.
The choices you make will shape your story and determine how events unfold.
V, you gotta take him down. That's why we're here.
But not everything in Night City is a matter of life and death. Sometimes it's about style, choosing your look, your ride, your pastime, who's at your side. choosing how you spend your dirty money.
That's it. That's the one.
Welcome to the next generation of open-world adventure. Immerse yourself in Cyberpunk 2077.
And now I think we finally get to launch, right? Oh no, we're skipping over launch completely. Was there not a launch trailer? Or was that technically supposed to be the launch trailer? Like I said, there was so much marketing on their freaking YouTube channel that I might have just accidentally not grabbed the launch trailer. It's right here. I did completely pass over the launch trailer. Got it.
Person's true value. Test of a person's true value. Death. Facing. Staring it down.
Johnny.
I got you.
Pressure's tanking.
It's neurogenic shock. He's dying.
V, you in there?
Ah, my head.
So what now?
Now, you find out what it is you need to do. A thing of beauty, I know. You've never backed down from anything in your life, even when you maybe should have. You go through Night City knowing a stray bullet could end you while hailing a cab. But that's never stopped you from taking action. You believe you cheated death. It is death that has cheated you. If you gotta kill, kill. If you gotta burn it all to the ground, then let it burn.
Kill me? On the ground, asshole. Don't move.
This trailer is so wickedly different from all of the other ones up to this point.
Would you rather live in peace as Mr. Nobody or go down for all times in a blaze of glory?
Huh. That one was so different. Like, even different from this one, and obviously very different from, like, the edgy, you can be a criminal overlord if you want to, and, you know, have sex, do drugs, have fun. Okay, so now we're going to jump forward 2 years to the next gen update launch trailer. There's, like I said, there's so much marketing in this game, and I skipped a lot that's in here. Although they spent a lot of time working on their legal stuff between the launch trailer and when they moved to the next gen update. Including their commitment to make the game better. Then this is also around the time that they did patch 1.5, which was supposed to be like one of the big major updates. And a lot of people that have been playing the game since it actually like came out said that 1.5 was like, now if you were trying to wait until it's better, you could play it now. And I was like, no, I'm gonna keep waiting. So here's the next gen update launch trailer.
Night City? Man, I fucking love it. I was born here, I live here, and downright refuse to die anywhere else. What the?
170 people were killed in a cyber psycho attack shocks West Springs.
The biggest crisis on the NCP.
This is M54 News.
Listen, kid. If there's one thing I can tell you about this city, you either love it or want to burn it. No middle ground. Coming here is a crash course in the survival of the fittest, the greediest, the most vile.
Yeah, Eve, I believe that is correct.
And most corrupted gonks.
See this badge? That means I can do whatever the fuck I want.
But behind the blinding lights and all of the rot, you might just discover a beauty that can only be found here. Night City is full of love, friendships, and family ties that run deeper than any cyberware eddies can buy.
Zapper dumples and filth. In some ways, Night City never changes.
City of dreams, city of gang. You don't believe in no fate. I might just dig up your grave. Sipping them in with a gang. City of dreams, city of gang, 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 gang. City of dreams, seven your grave. You live in your grave. City of dreams, city of gang, 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 gang.
Fucking Jackie.
City of dreams, city of.
It's the city's promise.
Looking at the big freaking muscly Jackie being like, yeah!
For sure. You just need to try it for yourself.
Oh man, patch 1.5 available. Yeah. Oh man. All right. So now we move towards what is coming out, which is Phantom Liberty. Originally, when they were approaching the relaunch of Cyberpunk 2077, they said that there was going to be 2 pieces of DLC. This would mirror kind of like the Blood and Wine, and all of a sudden the other piece of Witcher 3 DLC has completely emptied out of my brain. Anyway, so they had 2 big pieces of DLC for Witcher 3, one of which was Blood and Wine, and I can't remember what the other one is. And they were going to do a similar approach for Cyberpunk 2077. And they then, after everything happened, they came out and they're like, okay, so we're only going to do one. It's going to be called Phantom Liberty. And then after that, we're done with this shit. So here's the start of Phantom Liberty.
Repeat after me. I, V, do solemnly swear.
I, V, do solemnly swear.
That I shall faithfully serve the new United States of America.
That I shall faithfully serve the new United States of America.
On behalf of all Americans, I thank you for your service.
You know, taking that oath. Bad idea.
USA, USA. All right. And now here's that was the official teaser trailer number 1. Here's the official teaser number 2. Aren't they Polish? One of those countries.
To get burned before you stop trusting someone.
Somewhere around the Scandinavian seas, yeah.
In the name of empty promises. Politicians, military runners, intelligence operatives, all to run fish in one fucking barrel, this dog town. Tell me you've got a plan.
Not a plan. A man.
Idris Elba.
If there's anyone we can trust now, it's him.
That's the president.
Solomon Reed, FIA.
Not Idris Elba, the woman that was there. She's the president.
Dogtown. Burn it to the ground is what we'll do. It's a simple choice. Them or us.
What was that weapon?
Peace comes at a price. Someone's always got to pay.
He looks great. The tabletop RPG is by an American guy, Mike Pondsmith. Yeah. All right, and then here is the last piece of media for Phantom Liberty. So they haven't shared a whole lot of details, and I wonder if there'll be more in this. I do know that Phantom Liberty is supposed to be a... it's almost like an alternate path that you can go on. But you know what? We're here. We'll see. This is the official cinematic trailer, so don't expect gameplay in this.
This is it. Trust me.
You know I do.
Fuck! That looked like it sucked! Well, that was fucking cool.
So me, I'm right where you wanted me. Now tell me I'm out of this goddamn town.
Nobody on you. I just caught surveillance cams.
Adios, Night City.
Should be back in the homeland by 2 a.m.
Yeah. What about you? Get your ticket out yet?
I hear the government's sealing a deal.
I told you. You're the president's favorite. You're gonna walk out of this on a red carpet.
This looks so good.
Sure.
Hey, you deserve it. I wouldn't be alive if it wasn't for you.
This is not live action,
You know what I'm thinking
by the way.
about right now?
Tell me.
Taco stand back home. First thing I'm gonna do when I get off this train is head right there. I swear those quesadillas come to me in my dreams.
Place sure sounds tasty.
Yeah. You were the one that took me there in the first place?
Yeah. I remember now.
Well, listen, when this is all over, you gotta take a break, you hear me? Tell me, do you copy? So we got a passenger and he's carrying. I think we might be compromised. Can you hack the trap? So
Damn. Fuck. Oh, shit. Oh, God. Fuck. Jesus Christ. Man, leave it to the United States to be like, hey, we need to recreate our image. What's our new name? The new United States of America.
Excuse me, Madam President.
Pill? It's going to be a long flight.
No, thank you.
Flight's about to be real fucking short.
I wouldn't be alive if it wasn't for you.
Somebody saved Idris Elba's life. All right. So that's it. That's how we got from this to... I don't know what screen to get for this one. To somewhere in here. Grab that one. Oh, man. I'm still not going to play it. Not right away, anyway. So 2.0 introduces a whole bunch of stuff. They recreate, like, it's almost a whole new game at this point. They're reworking a ton of stuff. To answer your question from earlier, Eve, they're redoing a bunch of the car chase stuff. The police system has been completely overhauled. New weapons, new skills. The way that skills are utilized and the way that they work are recreated. Like, they have almost rebuilt the entire, like, mechanical structure of the game with 2.0, which tells me that we're probably a lot closer to what their original vision was in terms of like what they probably wanted the game to be. But the reason I'm not playing it yet is because that's also going to introduce a new wave of issues. And like, obviously we hope that the game is polished and doing well enough that it doesn't have a whole lot of issues out the gate when 2.0 drops and Phantom Liberty is available. But that's just not how game development works, right? Like, there's going to be problems when you can do a lot of QA testing, but even having 100 QA testers versus 1 million means that you're just going to have people find things and run into things that you never saw happen when you were in development and testing, right? If they even do testing. And so I know that there's going to be at least one major patch post 2.0 of bug fixes, additions, improvements, balances, and stuff like that. There's going to at least be one more major patch for Cyberpunk 2077 after 2.0 drops and after Phantom Liberty is out. And that is the point that I will finally sit down and play Cyberpunk 2077. How much would you want to bet there will be a mod to get the old skills and perks back? Oh, absolutely. You know that. Like, of course there will be. Edge cases that you can't really test for. Exactly. I mean, there's just going to be just that many people being hands-on in your game means that there will be things that no matter how aggressively you try to test, you're like, we didn't, how were we supposed to test for that? Like, this player accidentally did some weird input combo crap that caused the game to go negative, and we didn't realize that was even possible. So we've fixed that, stuff like that. So, but it'll be interesting to see now that Cyberpunk 2077 is approaching its end, essentially, once we're approaching feature complete of Cyberpunk 2077, what the general discourse around Cyberpunk 2077 will be in a year, in 2 years, in 3 years, and 5 years, right? Because a lot of people make the direct comparison to No Man's Sky, which is fair because No Man's Sky, it released in 2016, was not the game that we were promised. Huge backlash, legal issues, and all that kind of stuff. They were being taken to court, I think, by Europe for false advertising. And now it's like the comeback kid, the underdog story of they kept working on No Man's Sky, and it's this incredible, amazing game now. I don't know if we will see that with Cyberpunk 2077. I'm sure CD Projekt Red would like us to see that with 2077, but regardless of whether that's what actually comes to pass and what we see or not is a completely different story. And it'll be interesting to see how people look back on this game and talk about this game once the game is actually properly behind us, because after this, the game will largely start to be behind us because there's not going to be another expansion. We're going to get a couple of patches. I don't know if we've heard anything about like an expansion to Cyberpunk Edge Runner, an expansion, any type of sequel to Cyberpunk Edge Runners. Now, mind you, with the way that anime played out, there's not going to be a season 2 necessarily, but that's not the point. Cyberpunk is such a massive brand that I can't imagine that CD Projekt Red abandons it entirely. We do know that they are working on the next Witcher game, but this was also being developed at the same time that stuff was being done for Witcher 3. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. I mean, the entire outlook of this game will change once it is in the past and not part of the current discourse or has updates in the pipeline. So we'll see. But with all of that said, what are your thoughts, everyone? To anyone that might have still be here after what I think is like an hour. I don't know how long this video is, but it ain't short. If you watched all this way, and how do you sit with Cyberpunk 2077? Are you somebody that got it day one? And if so, how'd you feel? So if you waited a little while, you wanted it to go on sale, or you waited till like patch 1.5, how was that? Or if you're someone like me who still has not touched the game and barely doesn't even really know what happened story-wise, like at all, what you think? How do you feel? Are you going to jump in on Phantom Liberty? Are you going to keep waiting a little bit longer? I would love to hear from you because there's a lot of people that have a lot of opinions about this game, and it's going to be really interesting to see how that all goes. But yeah, let me know. Put your thoughts down in the comments below or catch up with us on social media. I'm on everything. I'm on Twitter /X, Threads, Blue Sky, Instagram. We have a Discord. There's links in the description. Pick your poison and let's have a conversation, much like the one we've been having with chat, because this video is recorded live on stream because we do stream on Twitch, and I would love to see you there. If you enjoyed this video, please leave it a like. If you want to catch future videos, please subscribe to the channel. And if you do watch one of the other videos on the channel, or if I see you in the live stream, thank you and enjoy. you.